he has made an interesting point when he talks about the selective indignation of the liberals. There's something to think about it. I think we throw open the debate or the discussion. Can we have questions, or would the panelists like to?
No, let them ask.
I think we would like to interact and let the questions be.
Well, it was quite intellectually stimulating to hear the august and eminent panel. You have given me some food for thought. No sooner I step out, I'll get some thought for food. Well, ma'am, my question is addressed to ma'am Lekhi. You are my professional sister since you and I are part of the judiciary. And talking about the Indian electorate, I believe in an adage, indifference of the intelligentsia. Indifference of the intelligentsia is worse than arrogance of the illiterate. As of today, it's so sorry state of affairs that Times has become the supplement of Bombay Times. And my question, ma'am, pertaining to is that, of course, there is a conflict today between whether court should be running the country or the legislature is running the country. If we didn't have the public interest litigation, we would not have had Raja behind bars. Ma'am, are you of the opinion what needs to be done to enhance judicial accountability? In 64 years of independence, we didn't even have a single judge. A single judge was impeached in Rajya Sabha, but he aborted the impeachment process by resigning. Ma'am, I want your take on judicial reforms, judicial accountability, as judiciary is the watchdog of democracy, and it's important that democracy to be restored, common man should have faith in the judiciary. What do we do for judicial accountability and more transparency in appointment of judges?
You see, I have always maintained one point of view, that the Constitution of India is more or less very beautifully written document, and which talks about balance of powers and balance of power between the legislature, executive and the judiciary. The best way when we, it is coming at a time when the entire focus is on the corruption in the parliament or the electoral methods. So if we focus on electoral methods and get the right people to participate, and that is where being apolitical is not the correct thing to do. Being political and actively political is the correct thing to do, so that right people are sitting in the center, right people are sitting in legislative bodies, right people who work for the country and for the people are there. So electoral reforms is what we need to discuss, and to deflect the subject from electoral reforms to bring it on judiciary is not the right way up, one. Secondly, whatever issues have been resolved and whatever issues are coming forward in the media glare and otherwise in the open are due to two very important institutions. One is judiciary and the other is CAG. Both being constitutional bodies have successfully done what they have done because there is no political pressure on them. Or political pressure is there, but because of their constitutional positioning, they are able to withstand that pressure. Now, no way do I want that part to be compromised in any form. That judiciary be subjugated to a judicial accountability in terms of judicial accountability format to people sitting in the parliament. Because if that was the condition, then we know precisely what kind of judgments we would have got in 2G scam and other such cases. So judicial accountability has to be an accountability to the system of judiciary and not to parliament and not to any third party interference. So judiciary has to be strictly closed up within itself rather than be subjugated to a third party interference or influence, number one. Number two, I always have maintained, and as my friend may be little uncomfortable with my point because it will become very BJP, but I've always maintained that the corruption has been institutionalized by Congress. And one such thing has been the appointment of judges. So till the time they were able to influence the process of appointment of judges, there were hardly any voices against the Congress regimes. The moment that part has been taken off, we see a lot of judgments against Congress regime. So somewhere accountability by a tribunal, by a third party is not the right thing. Judiciary has to be a constitutional body, a body within itself, and completely closed up from any interference from the third party. That's the personal point of view which I maintain. Now, the corruption within judiciary is very well, if implemented in the correct sense, can be taken care of by the institution itself. The fact a judge who was not even a judge, was only a receiver, had to resign and leave the office, we've made a point. We've got him out. That's the point. Now tell me, I want to find out a 2G scam or a scam worth that kind of amount, and Commonwealth Games and all kinds of scams happening in Maharashtra and otherwise, cooperative society, Adarsh, so on and so forth. Have we been able to remove those people from the political process? Answer is no. So judiciary has to be free from intervention. That is the best way to secure independence of judiciary. Thank you.
Hello, madam. I would like to start. Madam,
Anyone?
the first thing in judicial accountability is have all proceedings in camera. Second, where the typist types, have a web camera and charge those who lose 70%, 80% take the charges of that camera from them, or 25%, 20% take from the winner. Now, when our rights are there, people don't know whom to go to, where to go to, what to do, so they are roaming around. Now, why there is corruption? The Prime Minister's discretionary quotas, appointments where all the chamchas come on all the government boards, that should be the Prime Minister and Chief Ministers. Now, now you have to pay money to get a job, money for promotion, for posting, for salary increase. In the private sector, cheating, lying, bluffing, bullshitting, swindling, looting, selling your body, that is wrong. Corruption begins at gender selection, 1. Corruption begins at the root, at birth, when the mother goes to the public hospital to pay 6,000 for a bed, for a delivery, 1 lakh in a private hospital. Then we have to pay. Then you have to pay money for ENT. Or even a small doctor charges 200 rupees. That is the biggest corruption, because the doctors have to pay 1 lakh or 1 crore, 1.75 crore for a seat. That means 3 crore they have to take. 3 crore they have to take for this. Now in engineering, CA and doctors, MBBS. Yeah, 1 minute.
So
the question is, let me explain.
Can we keep it?
Let me explain how corruption.
Friend, can we keep it short?
Yes.
So that more people get the chance.
He's coming and saying I'm a psyche.
No,
I always speak the truth, but people don't like the truth.
no.
Thank you.
I think your truth is right, because corruption begins at the top. Because those are the people who are taking money for the postings, for all the, what you're talking about, for the doctors. They are the ones who own the medical colleges.
Madam, see in Mumbai.
Mumbai, everyone.
No, listen to me.
Bus.
1 liter we have to pay 5 rupees and 3 rupees. Now why do the MLAs, MPs and all have 24 hours water, but we don't have?
Right.
Why do the bottle companies have water? How do the tankers get all this water?
Right.
And we are all shutting our eyes and looking the other, kuch nahi ho gaya.
Right.
Thank you.
Can I begin with camera proceeding? Can I begin with camera proceeding? You see, in certain cases, such as very personal matters, rape cases and family law matters, the proceedings are in camera. I think camera proceeding is not a proceeding which is going through the camera and can be seen anywhere. But camera proceeding technically means a proceeding which is held in closed compartment and is not open to public. That is camera proceeding. Now, camera proceeding, if we are going by the technical meaning of the word, is not a very good option. I think courts have to be open for public intervention and especially for the media for the correct reporting. In certain cases where the child or a molestation or some such privacy issues are involved, then the camera proceeding is a good idea. In fact, due to security threat and the bomb blast which has happened on the 7th of September, we were in the Supreme Court and High Court, and I was discussing with a couple of people. I said, why do so many people, if there's a family matter, there's a land dispute, there's some such matters, or I was doing a matter of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, there were 60 doctors who were sitting in the court. I said, why do so many doctors, after leaving their job, need to come to the court? I think it's nonsensical strictly from a personal, professional point of view. Why should so many people visit the court? I can understand the anxiety level, but when such traffic moves in a zone which is supposed to be a very high security zone, in that circumstance, I think to have a webcam, to have an internet display of, and making proceedings still more public. Idea is not to have closed proceeding. Make them as public as possible. Relay important cases, because there's a huge population which is interested in the verdict. There's a huge population which is interested in interacting. So let these proceedings be available simultaneously with a minute's gap on the internet and otherwise, and have a huge server, and that's a good idea. Now, so far as discretion and quotas, etc. is concerned, I have my own point of view, and my point of view is, if you really want to end corruption financially, the best way is to have market forces take over.
Ms. Lekhi?
Because, please. I thought he was asking, that's why I answered.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Can you please complete it? Yeah, please complete.
I'll complete this.
Yeah.
Discretion in quotas, absolutely right. The discretion powers need to be curtailed and make it more public. Let market forces take over, because if you auction a 2G or a 3G license, let the highest bidder get the license. Let it not be a discretion. Then the money will be earned by the government, that will go to the coffers of the government, can be used for development and infrastructure, and whoever is giving the best option should get the license. That is the best way. So discretions need to end and systems need to be in place. Thank you.
Excuse me.